Special welcome to all our listeners to today's conversation. I am super excited to be in conversation with one of the leaders on the African continent that I so much respect. This is a man who shifts mindsets. I am in conversation with our head of leadership development and growth at CompuConnect Education. It's none other than Prof. Riza. Prof. Riza, welcome to the podcast. Please, can you tell us who you are and just your accomplishment and the journey that you've walked? Because I know that you're one of the big voice when it comes to leadership on the continent of Africa and anywhere globally, because you teach executive leaders throughout the world. So welcome to the podcast, and please go ahead and tell us who you are and the journey that you've walked.
Thank you very much, Sarah, and greetings to everyone. It's an honor and it's a pleasure to be in conversation with you today. This is my full name. Sarah couldn't even say it. Rasuava Riza Mampiana. But everybody calls me Riza. Can you see the first four letters of my surname? Riza. And in my native language, they do not have the ch sound. So it's z, z, z. That is why they say Riza. So please feel free to call me Riza. I'm originally from Madagascar. I grew up in France. I lived in Japan for 19 years. And I'm now in South Africa for how many years again? But I am now involved in many institutions in the East, in the North, in the West. And it's a very big pleasure with you. My little journey is, first of all, I got my doctorate in finance and audit. How many decades ago? And I was working for Deloitte and Touche for 6-7 years when they sent me to Japan. And it's a very interesting the life in there because I learned a lot of things in terms of leadership, in terms of organization, in terms of business, in terms of excellence and growth. And one of the beautiful things I learned in Japan, where I did my doctorate in international business, is, hey, please understand, business is not about solo genius. Business is about collective genius. It's not just about your leadership. It's mainly about who do you have with you. So I learned that with them. And it's a very interesting thing, the journey we had when we traveled around the world. And then after that with Harvard, it was a very interesting experience. Even the trip to Boston, the trip to South Africa and all things was a very great experience that I been exposed to. And it's great as well because I have many colleagues with me, professional colleagues, leaders of institutions and organizations, entrepreneurs, and also academics and consultants that are working with me and helping me as well to see many things that are not necessarily recorded in writings. And I'm very pleased to be with you today. It's an honor. And thank you very much, Sarah. That's me. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Prof. You've got a very colorful career and you've walked just an amazing journey. I know that you also spent quite many years at Wits Business School. Please, can you just talk a little bit about that? Because I know that a lot of executives on the African continent have been through the Wits Business School.
Yes, I've been with Wits Business School for 18 years, 17 years, 18 years. And I was in the leadership position, heading the academic programs, heading one of the flagship of the Wits Business School during those times, the management advancement programs. And it was great. It was a very beautiful, I had great colleagues with me around there. And it was very helpful to work with them, to grow with them. And I was exactly indeed with the Wits Business School. And it was Wits Business School that brought me to South Africa. And it was as well a very interesting journey we had together. Yes.
Fantastic. Beautiful. The whole conversation of this podcast is for us to talk about the leadership for now. Prof, please can you tell us about your experience, your research, and also just the conversations that you're having with other leaders with regards to leadership for now? What are people saying? What is research telling us?
Yes.
And what has been your experience?
Very good, Sarah. First of all, let me say this to you. Leadership is the most observed but least understood phenomenon on earth. Number one. Number two, people got into a very big trap thinking leadership is about positions, it's about job titles. Leadership is about influence and impact. If you do not influence and you do not create impact, you are not a leader. And those are well researched, well known. The other thing I would like to share with you is this. When you say leadership for now, we speak about the present. Do you know, as a leader, as leaders, your main bottom line mandate is to optimize the present. That's your bottom line mandate, to optimize the present. You need to win today. But you will never be able to do that unless first you have a clear insight of what's happening around you in your context and in your environment. Context and environment outside of your organization means what? Your market, your industry, your economy. And the context and environment inside your organizations, where you have your performance engine. Do you know your performance engine? How is your performance engine? Can it really optimize the present with you? What did they say? Can it really optimize the present with you? Unless you have that insight, you will never be able to optimize the present. And those are key for leadership today. Leadership for now. You need to win today. You need to know how to play to win. The question is, do you have what it takes to win? Those are very, very critical. Unless you have that insight, clear insight. Means what? Unless you are connected with the outside, connected inside, you can't optimize the present. Please understand, as a leader, you must first win in your workplace so that you will win in the marketplace. The performance engine is within, not outside. Do you know? How is your performance engine doing? Unless you are aware, you will never be alert. And unless you are alert, you will never be astute on how to optimize the present. How is your performance engine? Can it really optimize the present with you so that you can win today? Play to win. Don't just play to not lose.